Children, let's be back with the continuation of the same chapter, that was the Cobb and the Anthem, what we did in the last class. Okay, what we saw is desperately as Soapy wants to reach where? He wants to reach the jail, understood? So, what he is doing, there are several attempts being made by him. First one he does by breaking the window pane of a posh restaurant where he was not caught indeed by the cop. Okay, the cop just pass away asking him who is the victim, but who is the culprit, but they didn't say, understood? But he said himself, but he didn't expect, understood? He didn't accept that, cop didn't accept. So, he was again saved by going to the jail, understood? The second attempt was by entering the this restaurant where he was stopped before entering only by seeing his frayed shoes and his trousers. Okay, he was as the restaurant was very expensive one. So, then third attempt was again where he already has entered, he saw himself that he have managed to well dressed himself, understood, in a sophisticated manner, and he has entered and he has eaten a lot. Now, after he is eating and he is ready and like not arguing with the waiter at all, he is saying that what is money, he is saying like that, and please call like cop without wasting a time, now do whatever you want to. That means he is pressurizing the waiter as well as the owner to like take him to jail, okay, by calling the cop. But he is saying no cop for you, understood, because you are a truth, like you are a loyal person, you said, you are not arguing also. That means anyhow just put like hold like just caught him and like taken out. And what he said, what the owner said is, the instead of you paying the amount, who will be paying the amount is the two waiters who had actually given the food to you, understood? So, again he got saved. Okay, children. Now, arrest seemed but a rosy dream. Arrest seemed with a rosy dream, that means that was in dream only, understood? He was not getting caught at all. So, the island seemed very far away. Island was, the Blackwell's Island was where the jail was situation. Now, it was very difficult for him to reach there. Okay, a policeman who stood before a drugstore 2 doors away laughed and walked down the street, and the policeman is also looking at him and like laughing and going, see. And what happened? He walked down about 7 blocks and halted in the district where by night are found the slightest streets, Harts, Rose and Betrose. Now already the day has almost to come to an end. It's a nightfall. Again difficult for him. Difficulty because the weather is not calm. Weather is not calm. It's very cold. Okay, women in furs and men in greatcoats moved gaily in a wintry air. A sudden fear seized Soapy that some dreadful enchantment had rendered him immune to rest. Understood? The thought brought a little of panic upon it, and when he came upon another policeman lounging gladly in front of a transplendent theory, he caught at the immediate straw of disorderly conduct. So, what he saw? So, when he was walking, okay, he was walking in such a way like a wrong path, he was not supposed to walk there, again the policeman caught him. Now, he is having such, okay, now I think I will be caught. Okay, on the sidewalk, Soapy began to yell drunken gibberish at the top of his harsh voice, and he is trying to, when he saw the cop, he is trying to create a situation, understood, by simply thrashing the drunkard, by fighting with him, understood. If the fight will arise, what happened? People will come as well as the cop will come, and why you are fighting? Get inside the like taxi or whatever, the cops, this policeman's van, and he will be taken, understood. He is now thinking that. So, he danced, howled, raved and otherwise disturbed the welkin. He is doing that. He is trying his best to create some like mistake so that he will be taken. Okay. The policeman thrilled his club, turned his back to Soapy and remarked to a citizen. Now, what happened? He is coming in front of Soapy and he turned towards the citizen and saying, what are you doing all here? Please go. Instead of stopping this Soapy. Now, this one of them, Yale lads celebrating. The goose egg that give to the Hartford College, noisy but no harm. We have instructions to leave them be. See what this cop is saying? The cop is saying these are poor people. They celebrate like this. Okay, they're celebrating minute things. What they are doing? they're just shouting and they're laughing. They are not doing any kind of harm to any citizen. So we are not told to arrest or to like even stop them. So you please be, you continue. Understood? Instead of stopping, the cop said like that. So this consulate, Soapy sees this unveiling racket. Would never a policeman lay hands on him? Now he started, would not like I will be never caught by the policeman. What kind of fortune I have? Okay, now he started to curse himself, because according to him, those fortunate people are only who are reaching Blackwell's Island. Okay. In his fancy, the island seemed an unattainable Arcadia. So he is thinking an area which is a natural of beauty and which is a home of God plan. I said, yes, it's a home of a God plan of a person who is shelterless. Okay, at least he will get some sort of shelter which when he is really in need, the winter should pass in Blackwell's Island. And now he is thinking, I think I have no fortune to reach that heavenly like place. Okay, he buttoned his thin coat against the chilling wind. He is trying to keep himself warm by just covering his body with that thin coat that he was wearing. Now, the ex-umbrella man retreated. Sorry. Now, in a cigar store, he saw a well-dressed man lighting a cigar. His silk umbrella he had set by the door on entering. Soapy stepped inside, secured the umbrella and sauntered off with it slowly. The man at the store followed hastily. Now what happened? All of a sudden, Soapy saw that a man was lighting his cigar and he was holding a silk umbrella. Maybe it was quite expensive. Now he reached nearby to him and he's just holding that umbrella slowly and he's walking. Understood? He took that man's silk umbrella and is walking also. And now that man is following him hastily. Means quickly this man is also trying to follow Soapy. Okay. My umbrella, he is saying. Okay, this is my umbrella, he said. Oh, is it? Sneered Soapy, adding insult to Patrit Lenati. Well, why don't you call a policeman? I took it. Your umbrella. Why don't you call a cop? There stands on one of the corner. He's saying, really? Do you think I have taken your umbrella? Please call the policeman. Tell him to hand her over, because I've done a thief. I have behaved like a thief. I've taken your umbrella. Okay. See, one of the policemen is walking over there. Just call him and tell him the whole situation that I have taken your umbrella, so that I'll be taken. Okay. Now the umbrella owner slowed his steps. Soapy did likewise, with a presentiment that luck would again run against him. The policeman looked at the two curiously. What happened? All of a sudden, when he said about the policeman, the man seemed like maybe the thought came in him that he is very confident. Maybe the umbrella is his only. That's why he is like telling, no, call the policeman. He is not scared of the policeman at all. Who will know that his dream is to, like, he really wants to go to the prison? Nobody will have that kind of dream, right? So the same umbrella man is also thinking that he is very confident. Maybe I am wrong. The umbrella belonged to him only. Understood? So he is slow with his step. And what happened? The policeman is coming and then watching what is the situation. He is trying to know. Of course, said the umbrella man, that it is. Well, you know, all these mistakes occur. If it's your umbrella, I hope you'll excuse me. I picked up in this morning in a restaurant. If you recognize as it's your, why hope you will. And he's saying, maybe this is your umbrella, because when it happens, no, mistakes happens. Because when I was well, this morning only happens, like I was walking through and I just came out from the restaurant. I just picked up the umbrella thinking it is mine, but maybe it was yours. I'm really sorry. He's saying that and he's moving out. So, of course, it's mine, said Soapy. And yes, it's mine only, he's saying. The ex-umbrella man retreated. Yes, this is yours. The policeman hurried to assist a tall lady in an opera cloak across the street in front of a streetcar that was approaching 2 blocks away. What happened? The policeman is now hurried to assist a tall lady in an opera cloak. Okay, across the street in front of a streetcar that was approaching 2 blocks away. What happened? All of a sudden, the policeman saw that some kind of some kind of robbery is about to happen. Okay, one man nearby the streetcar, one man was approaching. Understood? So this man, policeman, okay, he is going to assist that tall woman. Okay, so he moved out of that situation, the situation between the ex-umbrella man and Soapy. Now Soapy walked eastward through a stream damaged by improvements. He hurled the umbrella wrathway into an excavation. So what he is doing? He is just holding that umbrella and just thinking, oh, this is what I am getting a reward. See, saying he muttered against the men and who wear helmets and carry clubs because he wanted to fall into their clutches. They seemed to regard him as a king who would do no wrong. Yes, now he is starting to curse those policemen because why these policemen are not arresting me? Okay, what do they think? I will never commit any kind of mistake. I am not a human or what? They are thinking like that. Why they are thinking like that about me? He is now cursing. See, everybody is thinking good of him, but he wants others to think bad about him. You know, strange. At length, Soapy reached one of the avenues to the east, where the glitter and turmoil was but faint. He set his face down toward Madison Square, for the homing instinct survives even when the home in a park bench. Now what happened? At length, he is now almost to reach the same place where he had started, that park, where the glitter and turmoil was but faint. He set his face down towards Madison Square. Now you are seeing the same bench where he was sleeping during his summertime. Okay, and he's thinking, this is the only home I have. I will never get any kind of other places than this. Even when the home is in a bench, park bench. Now he is remembering those Madison Square, that park where at least he used to get peace by sitting or sleeping there. Anyhow, like squeezing, but at least that was a place where he could consider this place is mine. Okay, so this was what happened. This small portion I have already cleared you. Whatever happens, we will be doing in the next class. Okay, line wise explanation, please do go through line wise, and tomorrow I think we will be able to finish this. Okay, thank you children.